everyone, Jason Alea back here again, and I've been talking about the Loki series for quite a while now. I reviewed all the episodes separately, and I decided to give this entire series its own review. So if you haven't seen my reviews, so here's the gist of the season. Loki is basically taken by the TVA in order to find a variant of himself and basically try to branch and fix the timelines before they branch out into different realities. But this leads to Loki finding various versions of himself and going on a journey with one of these versions to try and figure out who's really behind the TVA and why they're doing some of the more insidious things in their area in which they're placed in. And overall, I had a good time with this season. The episodes get better and better each time, and the finale was actually a finale that I could legitimately see a lot of people enjoy far more better than the finales for any of the other Marvel shows. I mean, it is a lot more character driven. It doesn't try to go too big, and it actually pays off everything that had came before. And the finale of this episode really resonates with me in that way. And the character of Loki here was changed drastically, and you can understand why. This is basically now a different Loki we're following, knowing the events of his life and how they're going to occur. And Tom Hiddleston plays a role beautifully. Very different, but he still was able to bring this character to life very well. And some of the new characters like Mobius and his relationship with him and his relationship with Sylvie all worked very well. They all had great banter with one another. You could tell their chemistry works, and the actors are definitely having a good time. Also, in a filmmaking standpoint, this was a beautiful looking show. The music was very retro 80s, 70s, 60s aesthetic vibe to me with the synth score, and it was a beautiful soundtrack to listen to throughout this entire series. It feels very unique, and it's one of the most memorable soundtracks in the MCU. The visuals of this film are some of the best in my opinion. This is some of the most unique looking set pieces I've seen in the MCU. And the cinematography here was actually some of the most beautiful looking I've seen in a TV show in quite a while. It actually kind of rivaled the beauty of The Mandalorian in some cases in its beautiful cinematography. But here, it is like next level. It is honestly a good looking show with a lot of clever camera movements to signify certain points of change within the story of the series, and the cinematography helps convey certain aspects of what the characters are going through very well. And the performances from everywhere else, from certain characters like B-15 or the boss lady character in which Mobius works for, or the guy who was behind everything in the TVA, all these actors do a great job in this series. And I cannot see anything inherently wrong with this series. The only thing I could kind of see wrong is how Loki's relationship with Sylvie could be a bit too lovey-dovey for some people. I accepted it fine since this is a different Loki and he knows how his journey is going to end now, and he's just going along with the TVA until certain things happen. I can see why he is a different character, but I can kind of see why some people may not like this version of Loki, and it could take time to get used to, but maybe the second season could maybe fix that for some people. But overall, I had a good time with this season. This is honestly a great show in my opinion. I cannot find anything inherently wrong that is major. All I can probably pick off is a couple of nitpicks about certain plot points maybe being a bit too easy to conclude, or maybe some of the fight scenes aren't as choreographed as well as I hoped, but they were still entertaining to me. But I can't really find anything major about the story or the performances or the pacing that fell off. It all felt perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I had to do that after I just realized what I just said. Overall, this was a great show, and if you have not watched Loki, I would definitely recommend it. And I'm going to give Loki Season 1 an A+. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely recommend it. Definitely go watch Loki. You won't be disappointed. Thank you guys so much for watching. People like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.